And once the hoop off, you can just pull the head off. And so right here, once you pull the head off, you want to make sure there's no dust or cracks or anything in the rib. Because if you have a head on for a really long time, you're going to get cracks from the plastic sitting lower. And when you hit it, it's going to keep pushing it in more. So what you want to do is just check it. And then you can put your new head on any way you want. Just make sure that it lays all the way across around the whole edge. And then you can lay your new hoop on, or same hoop. And the good thing about this style of drum is that there is wood hoops. So you can you have a little more play than if you were to have metal hoop drums, what people usually have. And so kind of go around and lay it all back on. Hand tighten, you don't want to go with the tool yet, because that's more like the tuning process. You just want to get them to where they're sticking and putting a little bit of pressure on the head. Cool fact about drums is they're used a lot in the old Cold War and World War and all that stuff like that. They used to have a snare, and sometimes they had these, but they had more like 4 of them, and you kind of see them in marching bands, stuff like that too. And it also was used by natives. They would actually use the skin of deer and other animals as their skin heads, and they would play them like that with, usually instead of a drumstick, they would use turtle shells as your beaters. So that's really cool. I find that interesting. So once we get all of the drums tightened down, we're going to get to the tuning process. And again, you don't want it to be too tight. You just want to have it to where there's no gap in between the claw and the bottom of the bolt where the washer is. And so I'm just going around to get it to screw in, since it's kind of a deep lug. Okay, so then once you have it on, if you want to put up the image. So when you have it loose, when you put your 2 fingers in the middle, it's going to have all those wrinkles. And all those wrinkles is because it's too loose, and there's not enough pressure on each side. And so what the diagram will show is where you tighten, and on this one it's 6, on that one it's 8. But it's basically the same principle. You're going to go, if you want to start like this, you would go from top to bottom, and then side to side, back and forth, crisscross formation. And so, really quickly, I'm just going to put my 2 fingers on. I'm going to tighten the corner until it comes out. I'll show you guys where if I put my finger on it, and I push, and if I tighten it, how all the wrinkles come out on that corner. And so what I'm going to do is go around quickly and tighten these, just so there's no wrinkles. And once you get to that point, that's where you pretty much have the lowest frequency you can get. And so when you get to that frequency, that's considered, it's like the lowest. So if you go around, it's pretty low. And so what you want to do is give it a half turn on each one. This one's a little loose. Give it a half turn, or even a quarter turn, just to give it enough tension so it's grabbing, and you're going to have a higher note. And what I like to do is I like to go a little high because I like it when it rings out more, especially for live. If you have dead drums, and even if you mic them, it's not going to pick up as well, and like you get a lot of complaints with like, I couldn't hear the drums, so this should be, this one's a little high, and so you can easily back off just a tad, and that should be more loud compared to that one. I've used this drum head for about 2 weeks, and it's way louder than that one. And it still gives me that low tone, which is what I like, because I play more like a metal, hard music. So that's that. So drum maintenance is everything. You can have all kinds of drums, but if you don't have the proper equipment to replace them with, it's going to be bad. So I went over and I showed you how to replace and remove the top and put a new head on. I show you how to tune it, and I give you a comparison of what that one sounds like compared to this one. So if you have anyone that's a friend that has drums, you can easily say, hey, I can tune those, or I can show you what you need to do with those. So thank you for your time.